Hey, welcome back to EarthBound Beginnings. Last we left, we were heading south to Sweet's little factory so we could find ourselves a bottle rocket. But we are interrupted by a barbot and a little saucer. We know about the little saucer. Little saucers are disposed of in one hit. They're not a problem. Barbots, they could take a few more hits, but they're also pretty easy to deal with. They don't really have much up their sleeve, as far as I'm aware. They're only dealing 6 damage to me. Should I be worried? I don't think so. That was a pretty powerful crit that the little saucer did just get, but you know what? I'm not worried. And if I were you, I wouldn't be worried either. Definitely gonna heal though, just to be safe. One poorly timed crit can really, really be the death of you. At last, the barbot is disposed of, and now we just need to strike the little saucer one time, and we're good to go. We've done it. And we've leveled up as well. Boy oh boy, if there's one thing I like about numbers, it's when they go up. And I learned a new psi power. At this point, I've long since lost track of which psi powers I have and haven't had, so I'll just introduce them as I use them at this point. I'm just racking up psi points faster than I can count them at this rate. Anyway, here we are at Sweet's little factory. Looks pretty big to me, but so the thing about Sweet's little factory, it's a maze. The other thing about Sweet's little factory, it's very gray. The big thing about Sweet's little factory, though, is it's just a big boring maze. There's a bunch of these rooms and they all have, you know, items in it, but my inventory's full, so that's not really any use to me right now. So what we're left with is just me blindly stumbling around till I, you know, chance upon the item I'm looking for. It's bad. I don't like the factories in this game, and I don't think many people do, because they are just big old, dumb old, poorly thought out mazes. Just kind of game extenders, if you will. Here's where the game's kind of age really shows, if you ask me. You may have noticed that I haven't encountered any random encounters yet. That's because the repel ring I bought last video is still in effect. It's just worn off. So now we're going to be running into enemies, and what kind of bad scary boys does this place have to offer? Just rats. Literally only rats. Literally nothing but rats. So I'm just going to do a stealth edit here to when I find the item that we're looking for, and spare you all, you know, 5-10 minutes of just me walking around, beating up rats in a big old gray, decrepit, terrible place. Oh, I've got to drop something to make room for the bottle rocket. No, don't look at it, drop it. Oh, man. I always get too excited with this menu system and just pick one wrong thing and then, you know, gotta go through the whole thing all over again. We've got it. We got what we came for. And we're gonna do another edit to the end of the Sweet's Little Factory. Bye, Sweet's Little Factory. We're never coming back here again, and I am super okay with that, honestly. What a bad place. So let's cruise on back up to Marysville and give our new friend a rocket made of bottles. Coming up into Sweet's Elementary School? Sweet's Elementary School. Twinkle Elementary School. Gosh, it's like I've never even played the game before. Jeez Louise. Here you are, Stumpy. I've got what you need. Sure to cause a bang. Alright. Let's follow this big ol' nerd into the lab. Aw, this nerd wants to go to another factory. We were just at one and it sucked. Oh well, we've got our next goal. Duncan's factory. Ah. Poor guy. Poor little dork. Here we go. What? Oh, well, you've really gone and done it now, Stumpy. We have no recourse but to flee the scene of the crime. And never come back to school. Ever again. School drools, friendship rules. Speaking of friendship, we've got our first new permanent party member. His name is Stumpy, and he's a big old nerd. Unfortunately, this big old nerd dork starts out at level 1. That's not a good place to be at this stage in the game. There's some heavy hitters pretty much everywhere you go. So we're gonna be in a little bit warping to Magicant with the good old onyx hook that we picked up from the fish that we fought. Ah, that's a good sentence to say. Wow. Yeah, we're gonna head to Magicant, and there's a couple of good things. Whenever you get a new guy, it's pretty good to warp to Magicant for a couple of reasons. One, I can talk to the swimming cat and get a magic candy for Stumpy that I could not get before. Two, I can buy some defensive items for Stumpy, which I'll be doing in a bit. The main purpose of this journey, though, is of course we're gonna have to travel through that gauntlet we did a couple episodes. Oh my god, the sissy boy. Even the game is bullying Stumpy at this point. This is so ruthless. Oh my god. We're also gonna take a second and drop off the sword that we have with the mysterious goods keeper. Oh, by the way, here's an advantage to having Stumpy on our team. Guess what? Bean's got 8 slots, and you know who else has got 8 slots? Stumpy's got 8 inventory slots. Our inventory just doubled in size from 8 to 16, and boy oh boy, that makes a difference. That really makes a difference. We're gonna buy an H2O pendant for our boy Stumpy, which should protect him from fire attacks, if I'm not mistaken, which will be helpful in Duncan's factory. Gonna do some inventory management, give the thing to Stumpy, then go back into the goods menu so that Stumpy can equip it. Man, if there's one thing I love, it's menu navigation. Also gonna buy him a brass ring. It's about all we can afford for the moment, but hopefully it does the trick. I mean, I don't know. As I was saying before, the main purpose of this visit is just to level up Stumpy. As we leave Magicant, he will naturally accumulate enough experience to hopefully get on Bean's level. Oh, I want to show off this thing that I neglected before. All throughout Magicant are these red bushes. You can grab the red weed from them, take them to the fountain, put the red weed in the fountain, and then you get a magic herb. Doing that, you can pretty much just farm infinite magic herbs if you want. Just keep taking red weeds, bringing them to the fountain, getting magic herbs forever. Here's a gravestone of the flying man who passed away a couple episodes ago. Long may he rest in peace. Bless his soul. He fought nobly and bravely. And as you can see in here, there's only 4 flying men now instead of 5. He died for real. He really for real died. And now this guy's gonna come along with us too. We're gonna need all the help we can in this to protect our sweet dear boy Stumpy. Look at him go. Look at him level up. Look at him go. Now this trio. Okay, so Stumpy doesn't really have too much trouble with Magicant, because Bean at this point is strong enough to fell most Magicant enemies with 1 hit, maybe 2. But this trio of enemies really puts the hurt on Stumpy. They in fact kill Stumpy. It's very bad. He's done. He's done like dinner. The flying man also died at the start of this battle. I don't know if you noticed that. Whoops. At least he died nobly, fighting a pair of eyes. So, if he's dead, he can't collect experience. So this whole thing is a wash. We're gonna have to warp back to Magicant and heal him right up. Go to the hospital. No, whoops. I chose Bean by mistake there. I want to see Stum. Please show me a healthy Stum. Great. So let's just hit the trail again. We run into the same trio. And unfortunately, even though I'm guarding and healing, it's just not enough. Stumpy is still bested by the I family. So we heal him up again, and then we go out, and we level up and level up and level up. Now, I know Stumpy's not going to make it out of this alive, so I'm just going to use the 4th D-slip and get out of there. 4th D-slip basically means I spend about 14 psychic points and escape the battle guaranteed. Useful if you want to just get out of there. There's also a run command, but that has a chance of failing. 4th D-slip is a guaranteed escape every time. So after a couple more Stumpy levels ups, we managed to make our way back to Marysville. And when we're in Marysville, I do something I should have done long before I went to Magicant. I buy him a weapon. I don't know if you noticed this, but Stumpy was only doing 2 damage whenever he attacked, which is why I pretty much resorted to just having him guard throughout that whole grind that I mostly edited out. Really should have gotten him a weapon. Really makes a difference. That's my bad. That's on me. You know what? You live, you learn. You die twice. You buy a stun gun. Sunrise, sunset. We're all dressed up. We've got our Sunday best. We've got our brass rings, our peace coins, our H2O pendants. I think we might be ready to head up north to Duncan's factory. Here's where the game starts to get a little bit ruthless. I'm just gonna... You know what? Remember how a second ago I said I was ready for Duncan's factory? I'm not ready for Duncan's factory. I'm not. Now this bag lady, I'm ready for this bag lady. She's not doing any damage to us. Stumpy does 16 damage, which is respectable compared to 2. Definitely better than nothing. Yep, buying that stun gun was a good decision for sure. Little saucer? Oh, we don't have to worry about a little saucer. Here's the blockade on the train tracks. Probably a boneheaded move to just run directly down the train tracks, but I know they're blocked, guys. I know there's no trains running on them. It's perfectly safe. Trust me. 2 little saucers, easy peasy. 1 little saucer? Oh, come on, don't make me laugh. At this point, I'm laughing. Little saucers, is that all the game's got to throw at me? Yeah, well, here comes a bear. Here comes a just big old bear with a very, 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 very good face. Does a lot of damage to Stumpy. Being on auto fight here is a bonehead move. I really should be in control of everyone at this point, so that I can properly manage, what exactly I'm doing. But it ultimately, it works out. Stumpy survives. It's fine. Here come 2 eagles, though. Easy. I've beaten up eagles before. They're not a big deal. They go down in 1 hit. Oh, he got a critical hit and killed Stumpy in one hit. Okay, well, that's less than ideal. I need all men on deck for this mission. That's rough. So after all that, after grinding it out through Magicant, leveling up to from level 1 to level 9, Stumpy's still not ready. He's still not ready. And guess what? Here comes a mad car and a mad truck. And I'm not ready for this either. Mad car goes down easy enough, but the mad truck does this move, which hurts me a lot, first of all. Second of all, decreases my fight. Third of all, gives me asthma. Asthma? Right away, I'm like, use life up, obviously, I'm dying. But asthma makes me lose my turns, and I don't have anything to cure asthma. I didn't think that could happen, so I die. Whoops. See you next time.